Hello guys, welcome back. So today we are going to answer for the question number 5, which is a polyfill for the map, filter, reduce and for each. So actually these functions are used for for array as a method which is used for iterate and transform the array elements. So first we will go for map. So map is used for transforming each item in an array and it returns a new array. When we use map, it returns new array. And filter, so filter is it is also filters the item based on the collection of items and gives us the output as a new array. And reduce is something like it reduces the array into a single value, like any, and return as a any single value. And for each method is it is used to execute a function for each element or each item in an array side by side only. So it gives us as a output like undefined. So here is an example, like here is an array and here we are consoling the, here my map is a prototype map which we will create now, and these functions are already pre-built. In this lesson we are going to learn how these are created, so that we can use wherever we want, because some of the interviews they ask how like map or the filter works, what is the uh, like what goes backside of this map function to get such kind of result. So we will implement soon. So first, before that, we go with this example. So here is an array which contain element, four elements, and here using map prototype, which is what we are doing, like we're taking each element from an array and multiplying by 2. So this way we will get a new array, as you can see here. Next, in the filter, it is filter like it will filter the elements. So here is the x value, where x value is greater than 2, those values only written, like here in the C. Here you can see like 1 is less than 2, 2 is less than, means it is not equal to or greater than 2, and 3 4 are greater than 2. That's why here in the output we got new array as in 3 4. Next one is reduce. So reduce is like uh, here it has two parameters, like this first one, this one is a initial and this one is the current. So initial plus current is equal to initial plus current, and 0 means we are here we are adding, so we have kept like initial value is 0, like that. So here you can see like first here is initial value is 1 and current is 1, so 1, 1 plus 1 only. Then here next one is next current value is uh, here is 2, so 1 plus 2 is 3, next current value is 3. So it like that it goes on adding this and finally we get result like 10. And for each method, so for each method is for looping. So what we are doing like here is like looping through each element in an array, and we are performing here we are doing consoling. So just we are reading the elements of an array, we will get output like 1 to 3. So that's it, this is the concept, and let's implement my map, my filter and these other methods of prototype. So let's go here. First we will create array dot proto prototype prototype of my map function. So here we will write like array dot prototype dot my map, which is a function which takes a parameter called callback function. So it takes callback function. Callback function means here you can see. So when we are passing this, so this is a callback function which we are here passing. So that one it is said. Okay. Now map results a new gives as a new result. As you can see here, it gives new result, means new array. For that we will create a variable results. Result is equal an array, because we are doing this using this map function on an array. That's why we are using array as an output. So and now we will use for loop. So for I is equal to 0 and I value is less than this dot length of an array. So this represents the array and dot length means length of an array, and I plus we are incrementing by 1. Now here what we will do, we will push all the elements of an array into this result. So result dot push method we use, and how we will get the each element, so by using callback. So callback, and here it takes three methods like this of I. So this is an element, and I means this is an index, and this means it is the value of a means array. So here I can show you, like first one is value, second one is index, and third one is an array. So this way we are taking element from an array and pushing it to the our result array, and finally we will return the result. So this is how we create a map. So let us test it whether it is working or not. So I will take this array, and also I will take this and just paste it here. So here I will paste it. So now you can see here, this is our array, and I am just calling this my map prototype on an array, and just I am doing like multiplying each element into 2. So we will get this one as a result. So let's run this code. So you can see here, okay, so we didn't get any results. So let me save it again and run this again. So okay, now we got it. So before that I haven't saved it, so we didn't get any result, but now you can see we got our result. So each element is multiplied by 2. Now let's implement our next is filter, my filter method. Sorry, so close it. So here I will write like array dot first array dot prototype type dot my filter. So here we will write array dot prototype dot my filter, which is a function which takes a callback function, and that function what it will do is like uh, first so here you can see my filter is also used as a result as a returns a new array. So for that we will create result variable array results array, and now we use for loop like let I is equal to 0 and I less than this dot length of array, and I plus plus, and here we will store the result. So if callback of this of I value and I and this, so if we have this array means this is if we have this array with an index and some value, then what we will do is like we will push, then we will push that result into an array. So push dot this of I. So if we have this thing, then we are pushing our result. If not, we will not push it. And finally what we will do is return our result. So that's it. So let's check whether it is working or not. So for that I will just copy this map method and paste it here, and I will change your filter, and here is my filter, and here we are doing like x greater than 2. So we will get output like 3 and 4. So I am saving it and let's run this. So you can see here we got 3 and 4. So our filter function is working. If I write here like greater than 1 and again I will run this, then you can see we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So let's go with the other method. So now we will write for the reduce. So reduce is like it returns only any single value from that array. You can see here we got here like 10. So let's write it further. So here we will write array dot prototype dot my reduce. So it is like array dot prototype dot my reduce is equal to function which also takes parameter as callback, and along with this it also has an initial value and the callback. Okay, now in reduce there will be an initial value, so we will create an accumulator which is a initial value. We are defining that this is our initial value, and next let start index should let be 0. So we are starting with 0. So if accumulator is equal to in it is if it is equal to undefined means if there is no means if there is no element initial element, then what we will do, we will return like accumulator is equal to this of 0 means first element of an array is the ever accumulator. So here we can write like first element becomes initial value if we don't have other elements, and simply we will increase by 1. So just 1. Now if it is not undefined, then what we will do, we will loop through each element of an array same as previous what we have done. I is less than this dot length and I plus plus, and here what we will do is like you can see here this is our start index, so here we will change to start index. Now we will make that make means we will use the elements of an array and pass to accumulator. So accumulator is equal to callback which has a accumulator plus this dot I, and here is our array. So here it is like the initial value value and index and array like this. Now finally we will return our accumulator, so result is written here. Now check whether it is correct or not. So I will copy this and I will pass here, and here I will write reduce, and this is like accumulator and current value, and here is the accumulator plus current value with the 0. Then here we will get our value as 10. So let's run this. So let me save this again. Click here and click on save and then run it. Okay, so we are not okay. I forgot it. We need to change here like my reduce. Now save it again and run. So you can here see we got 10 as our result. So in this way we can create our own my reduce method. So basically here what we are doing, here we are making that the accumulator is our initial value and its start index is 0. If accumulator is undefined means we don't have an element more than 1, then what we will do like first element will be the our accumulator and start index is 1. That's it. But here if we have more than one element in an array, then we will loop through it by using the start index, and here I is less than this thing, and here accumulator will be like callback, the callback of accumulator and the value of an element and index and array, and finally we are returning our what is called accumulator means result. Now let's go and let's write for each. So my for each method. So let's go here, and now I will directly start. So accumulator dot prototype dot my for each method, which is also takes a parameter called callback as an input, and here now it is simple. like we need to file loop it. So let I is equal to 0 and I is less than this dot length and I plus plus, and we need to loop through this callback. So callback of this of I value index, and here is the element means array. So that's it. It does not return anything as I previously shown you here. It does not return anything. So that's it. Now if I call this method here, like this is for each method. So my for each, and here what we will do is like just we will console the value. So console.log x. Now if I run this, then you can see we got our result like 1 2 3 4, and finally undefined because there is no result. So that's it. Hopefully I think I have shown you everything in detail. If you have any doubt in this, then you can just comment. I will see and I will reply to you. So that's it. I will push this code in my GitHub so you can see uh, code in from my GitHub. I will paste it in my description so you can go through that. So thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe, and see you tomorrow with the next topic. Bye.